Years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
Mark, why does the Growers Company buy Ford? Is there any particular reason for that?
Yes, we do, because we depend on a good product, and Ford has been good to us in the past. We put a lot of miles on our vehicles, and they hold up for us, Joe.
And it was a long time ago, Mark, but you're still buying Ford trucks from Alexander Ford.
We sure do, and we get the same great service even today at Alexander Ford.
Alexander Ford. We were here for you then, here for you now, and long into the future. A difference you can count on.
All right, guys, we are back once again here. We are, it's going to be the, what is this, the third hour, our third hour update now. And we are here to bring you guys some more coverage of the San Felipe 250. There's a lot going on, and I know a bunch of you guys had messaged me. The score tracking site was down. It wasn't just you guys. Their tracking site was down for a little while. The good news is they have got it back up. It is working again. So we do have tracking for you guys once again. The trackers are working a little bit better now that they get to the north end of the course. So it's good to see that, and hopefully we can keep them working well. I don't know, it's one of those things. We'll see what happens. If any of you guys are watching this and you're out at mile 260 on the course, it sounds like there's quite a bit of spectators out there and some of the lead bikes coming through. So kind of help if you can clear the course at mile 260. Score is sending some officials out there and federales out there. But if any of you guys are around mile 260 on the course, it sounds like there's a little bit of an issue with locals getting on the course and some of the lead bikes coming by. So let's go over and I can show you guys exactly what we're talking about. Mile 260 is right about here. It's actually right in here. So the 325X just came through, and the 5X came through also, which, speaking of that, here's your first bike. They're almost back to the finish. They're at mile 276. They're in the speed zone. They are coming into the finish. So it looks like the 5X is going to be your winner this race. All they got to do is make it down that little speed zone, get to the finish line, and that is going to be your winner. Behind them, we have the 325X is in second place. They are the second on the course. The 17X is a bad, they were going out and they're at 0 miles an hour, so don't look at the 17X. The 325X is going to be the second bike on the course. But let's go look at the trophy truck leaders, because I know you guys are all asking about them. Bryce Menzies, just as I said that, his tracker doesn't update for 5 minutes. So it was working good, but it did update 5 minutes ago. Bryce Menzies is your race leader. Physical, he is in the lead. We have Luke McMillan. You can see his hasn't updated. Let me see, maybe I can refresh. No. All right, so Luke McMillan is running second. In third is going to be Andy McMillan. And the last splits that we had gotten was at mile 157, and they're at 179 now. So this is a little bit old, but at 157, it was the 7, and then 3 minutes back to the 1 of Luke McMillan, and it was 5 minutes back to Andy McMillan in the 31. So it was 7, then 3 minutes, 1, and then 2 more minutes, which would have been 5 from the 7, and then it was a 31. So that's your top 3. After that, you can see there's a pretty big gap here, honestly. The 10 and the 21 are the next 2 cars going to be coming. They are a ways back, though. Those lead 3 have pulled away from the rest of the field. And then behind them, we have Robbie Gordon. He's kind of stacking it up behind him. I don't know if this is part of his game plan or not. Robbie likes to do that sometimes, likes to kind of stink it up and get everyone bunched up behind him so he gets some clean air. And then towards the end of the race, he takes off in the clean air and tries to make up the time. But I don't know if that's what he's doing here or not. Let's see. Luke took fuel at mile 150. Okay, so there you go. Almost everyone has taken their fuel because this is such a sandy race. They had to pit early. Tavo actually ran out of fuel right before his pit. So that was a report that I got. So I was told Tavo ran out of fuel right before the pit. They had to get him some fuel and then get him in the pit. You know, the soft course, you're spinning the tires the whole time. You're really using a lot of gas on this course. So you really have to pit early. Jack's Redline, Tavo, Robbie, they're all kind of bunched up together. Luke, Dan McMillan, and John Lennon with AJ Jones driving that truck. They're all backed up together. And that's pretty much the updates that I have for you. Andy McMillan had 2 flats earlier if you just joined us. Tavo had 1 flat. Those are the only flat tires we know of so far that I've been told about. Let's see, what else you guys have going on here? The engine, yeah, we'll check on the electric cars in a minute. I did hear they were both moving. So somebody just said Robbie, Herps, AJ Jones, and Dan McMillan are all on each other's bumpers through 150 within the same minute. So there you go. It's like I said, Robbie's kind of stinking it up. He's kind of stacking them up behind him there. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. You never know with Robbie. He's always got some interesting strategies. But there's a big group kind of stacked up there behind him. Let's go look for the first trophy truck legend entry. It looks like the 37L is going to be the first trophy truck legend that we see on course here. That's going to be Rolf, and then the Ricky Johnson's father and son are also driving with him in that car. Now, if you notice right here, Kyle Jurgensen is actually ahead of them. So that is going to be your lead trophy truck spec car. Kyle Jurgensen started up front. He's still running up front. Now behind him, we have Clay Lawrence here. So that's a little bit of a change. Then we have Jason Coleman in third, and then back to Andrew Myers, fourth. Then we have the 238 and the 264. So the 264 is dropping back a little bit. This is the kids are driving the 264 now. You had Ryan Millen in there earlier. Right now we have Pierce Herbst in there driving with Ryan Millen navigating. So not quite as much experience, but this is good. This is how you learn. You get in there and you do this. So they're dropping back a little bit, but as long as the kid just keeps it clean, that's what you got to do. You don't want the kid to get in there and drive over his head and wad the thing up, and then you don't finish at all. So Ryan Millen in there obviously is telling him that. He's smart enough to know that. So that's a look at the trophy truck spec class. Now the first class 1 car that I'm showing, let's see. First class 1 car looks like the 179. I don't know if that's correct though, because here's Cody Parkhouse. Nope, sorry, the 168 is up here. So Shelby Reed is the first class 1 car that's tracking, but remember that the Brock Dickerson car hasn't been tracking all day. So if anybody out there has a good update, I have not heard a split on them yet. Let me see, I'm getting some updates coming in on my phone right now. Thanks to all of you guys who always send stuff in. My phone is just currently blowing up with stuff. So if anybody has a good split time on the class 1 cars, let me know. I'd like to know where Dickerson is compared to the 168 of Shelby Reed here, because they're showing on our tracker first, but Dickerson's not showing, and I'd like to see where Dickerson is, if we can find that out if somebody knows. So what other classes do you guys want to see? Someone's asking about the Baja electric vehicles. Yeah, let's go look at them for fun. Let's see if they've made it. Okay, so we have the Lordstown truck. Okay, they've made it to mile 26. That's farther than I thought they were going to make it in my guess. So here we go. The Lordstown electric truck is at mile 26, and they are doing 26 miles an hour. Behind them, we have the Shipbox at mile 23, and they are doing 19 miles an hour. So both the electric cars are still moving. The Lordstown truck is pulling out to a little bit of a lead ahead of the Toyota, but we have a long way to go. So this is going to come down to who can make it to the finish. And it'll be interesting to see if both these guys keep going. To make it within the time limit, you have to average 20 miles an hour. It's a 14-hour time limit. So if those guys started around 11, they have about until 1 o'clock in the morning to actually make it to the finish line. I know both of their goals is just to be able to make it to the finish line in that time. So we will We'll see if either one of them can do it. But they got to average 20 miles an hour, or they're not going to make it within the time limit. I'm sure they'll both keep going no matter what, but that's what you got to do for the time limit. Now let's go look at our Polaris classes. So Polaris update for the UTV force induction class. Let's go find the leader in that class. Looks like this is the turbo class. They have a record amount of entries. It is Matt Burrows. He was in the lead last time we checked. So on the tracker, he's still in the lead. We have Colton Husted in second. And then we got stacked up between Wes Miller and Austin Weiland for battling for third and fourth right there. Followed by Brandon Schuler in fifth. And then Craig Scanlon right with him in fifth place there. Looks like in sixth place. Then it comes back to Phil Blurton and Corey Sappington. And Eric looks like he's off the side of the course a little bit there. Probably just in a different line. And that's a look at your top turbo UTVs. If we go look at the non-turbos, the naturally aspirated, we can see the lead one there is Caden Wells. He was in the lead last time we checked. He's still in the lead. Kristen Matlock, check this out. She started in the back, and she does this every race. Kristen Matlock usually takes a rear start, and she's passed everyone already except for one car in her class. I don't understand how that's even possible, really, 60 miles into the race. What are the rest of these guys doing, huh? I mean, come on, let's go. But anyways, she's already almost caught up to first, which means she's winning on corrected time by probably 10 minutes or whatever already. So, yeah, Kristen Matlock, once again, it's funny because she sometimes even beats all the turbos on corrected time. So good, we'll keep an eye on her throughout the day. So that's a look at your UTVs. There is the Pro UTV Open class also, which has a few entries in it. Not as close racing there. We have Wayne Matlock is actually entered in that class right now. So that's interesting. He's usually in the turbo class. Then we have Cameron, the 1898, and the 1877 is in third there. So that's what we're looking at there. Someone says pro versus amateurs. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Kristen Matlock's definitely a pro. But definitely interesting. Let's go look at class 10. Let me pull up class 10 here and see what we got. It's going to pull up the one cars with it too, probably. Or no, it didn't. Okay, we're good. So 1045. Let's see. Is that the first one? It looks like it. So it looks like 1045 is going to be our first class 10 car right now. And that is going to be Matt in the 1045. He has a little lead over the 1016 and the 1001. That's your top three. Back to the 1062. Then the 1088, Chase Warren is behind them. And the 1010 behind him. So that's what's going on in class 10. What other class? Someone says class 3000. All right, let's look at 3000. You guys just let me know what you want to see, and I'll try to make everyone happy. There's only two in here. Now, this is the, I'm not sure why it's pulling up this one. That's kind of weird. It has a 600 number on it, 6,000 number, but they must be racing together. So we have Michael Marrow is in first, and then this is actually Pete Soren's daughter right here. So Farrah Soren is still moving at mile 32. So hopefully they can have a good race today and get it to the finish. This is her first race ever. She was going to race when Pete had his accident, that race. That's why they were down here for the San Felipe Mayhem race a couple years ago. So this is actually, they decided this would be a good race for her to come out and race. So that's a look at the class 3000. Hopefully Farrah and them can get that car to the finish line. Where's the leaders again? Yeah, we can go do another check on the leaders for you guys. Let's go back to the front. We have Bryce Menzies. Okay, good update. Just updated 1 minute ago in the lead. Now the one is tangled in with these bikes right here. So here's Luke. He's still second. I mean, look at all these bikes. They're into the bikes so early in the race today. And this is sketchy for these bike guys. You have trophy trucks coming up behind you doing 120 miles an hour, and these bike guys are doing, 30, 40 miles an hour, some of these. So not a good combination. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do there. There's not much you can do. The Andy McMillan truck is still in third, just updated. That's a good update. And then the 10, Ampudia, is in fourth. Now, where is Tavo? Here's Tavo back here. His updated 3 minutes ago, so it's pretty good update. So I'm going to say that Tavo is definitely behind the 10 at this point. So Ampudia is going to be fourth, and then Tavo is going to be fifth. And then here we are. We're all stacked up again. So this whole stack is actually behind Robbie. So Robbie's in front of this stack, and then when they update. See, Robbie hasn't updated for 3 minutes. If he did, he would be right up here. So it's gonna be like Robbie, the 23, the 73, whoever else was there a minute ago. Was it the 22 or something else up there? They're all stacked up. So that's that. Let's see, what else are you guys saying here? Let's take a look at the comments. Where's the first trophy? Well, we just showed you that. So the first truck is at mile 195 as of 2 minutes ago. So 195. Then let's see what else. Spec looks like, yeah. Okay, Mike Morrow is the guy who rented Pete's 3-seater 3 years ago with Tommy Lee. Okay, so there you go. The other guy in the Class 3000 car is the guy that rented a truck from Pistol. So that's pretty cool. A bunch of you asking about Rob Mack. He is back here. He's at mile 161, but his tracker isn't updating very well. If you notice, it hasn't updated for 13 minutes. So Rob Mack's going to be quite a bit farther forward than that. But he was still moving the last time that it updated. So that's that for you. What else? Baldy. Yeah, I don't know where Baldy is. I haven't seen him. There's so many cars on here. We can let's just turn the trophy trucks on for a second. Oh, now it's showing a bunch of cars. That's cool. So someone was asking about Justin Lofton. He's back at mile 106 as of 10 minutes ago. So Justin Lofton's a little ways back. He must be having some issues or something to be that far back, mixed in with the spec trucks. So he's definitely not having a good day. And let's see, one Putias. Yeah, I thought one of the Putias racing a UTV. Yeah, I think it was Rodrigo's actually racing in a UTV. If you just joined us, we did check on the electric trucks. They were both moving a little while earlier, but since so many people ask about them, we can check on them again and see if they're still moving. They're not moving very fast. So yeah, there's the Lordstown truck is at mile 29. They are moving 30 miles an hour, and the ship box is at mile 25, moving 24 miles an hour. So that's a look at your E-class vehicles there for you guys. All right. So let's see what else. There's a video of Baldy blowing a turn, hitting spectator stuff. Oh no, everyone was okay though. That's good. Yeah, this is their first time racing down in Baja, so it's a little different when you blow a corner down in Baja. There's probably people there, so you gotta hope everyone gets out of the way. Not like the Best in the Desert race or somewhere else where they race, where it's pretty much a closed course and there's not very many spectators around. What is the average mile per hour the lead trucks are running? Well, why don't you guys do the math? Someone who's quicker at math than me. The lead truck is at mile 195 right now. So just say 200, and they started at 9 o'clock. So they're at 3 hours and 20 minutes. So what's 3 hours and 20 minutes and 2 hours? Or I mean 200 miles. What's the average there? 200 miles in 3 hours and 20 minutes. And that would be your average. You guys can figure that out. Somebody can, and then you type it in. Class 11, let's look at Class 11. That's a great idea. There's only 3 this race. Not very many, but we will take a look at them. The lead Class 11 car is the 1100. So the class champion from last year, Luis Garcia. Behind him, we have Alex Gonzalez. That's a brand new Class 11 car. Their first time racing here. And then Eric Slorenzo, who races all the time in the 1111. He is running in third. All 3 of them appear to be moving still. So that's always a good sign. It looks like they're running right with the E-trucks, actually, the electric trucks. Pretty much the same spot on course as them. They started right after them. So makes sense that's where they are. So let's see. You guys are telling me the math comes out to 64 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour. So there you go. 64, 65 miles an hour is what a couple people are saying. According to Score Tracker, Bryce average is 60 miles an hour. Well, somewhere between 60 and 65 would probably be your answer then for average speed. That's very fast, especially for a San Felipe race. That is very, very fast. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this update. We will be back at 1 o'clock with the next update. If you guys have any other information out on course there, please send it over to me. I'm going to try to find some videos. I know a bunch of you guys just sent me stuff while I was live, so I'm going to go try to post some of those videos up. In the meanwhile, you can go over and watch the score stream. They're actually at the finish line with the winning bike right now. So go turn on the score stream, and it looks like they're talking to the bikes. And we will be back here at 1 o'clock for your guys' next update here on Fishgistics. See you then.
RJ, you got the green light.
Following Rigid's legendary quality,
The all-new Adapt E-Series has a seamless beam transition and an integrated active power management system that will constantly monitor your vehicle's battery state. The Adapt E-Series will make adjustments to the light output, maximizing performance based on the vehicle's capacity. Designed with 3 unique optic combinations for close-range, slow-speed driving, moderate speeds, and long-range, high-speed driving, a seamless beam transition is achieved through an internal GPS, automatically adjusting optic zones and beam paths based upon the vehicle's speed. The Adapt E-Series, the next evolution in off-road lighting.
There's nothing wrong with looking good, but when riding is your passion, it's performance that matters. Like having the off-road's most advanced suspension. It monitors input from driver and machine 200 times every second and automatically adjusts each shock to flatten corners, soak up the bumps, and handle the hazards. Confidence and control for those who live to ride. Polaris, think outside.
Grab a gear into spring at 4WP. This month, save up to $250 on select sets of tires and take advantage of $200 in installation credits on Jeep lift kits. It's soft top season. Check out all the latest tops for your Jeep JK or JL. Gear up on overlanding equipment for your rig, in stock and ready to roll. Grab a gear into spring this trail season and do your rig right with 4-wheel parts.